Hello everybody, welcome back to PC Masterclass Beginner's Edition. In this chapter, Chapter 5, Number 2, we're going to be moving to the next critical part of your PC, choosing the right motherboard. This is the backbone of your system, connecting everything together. So let's break it down and what to look for so you get the best board for your CPU, budget, and feature upgrades. So let's think about compatibility. Your motherboard must be at least matching. Well, I say at least, but no. See, when you hear that from everybody else, they say, oh, at least don't fall for it. It has to be matching, period. Okay? So before you go and buy anything else, make sure you stick to the end of the video so you understand where we're going. This is just a buyer's guide at this point in time. No, I'm not going to show any flashy Newegg or whatever. That'll come later on in the chapters. Right now, we're focused right now and what socket type we're going to be using. For example, Intel uses LGA 1700. AMD uses AM5. I know that's kind of confusing, but on the socket, it tells you, on the motherboard, it tells you 1700, 1200 for Intel. Now, if it uses AM4, AM5, and so on, that's AMD. So, your chipset support. Some motherboards will work with older CPUs, but other require newer models. So, if you got an AM4 motherboard, stick with an AM4 processor. If you got an AM5 motherboard, stick with an AM5 processor. You got an Intel 12th gen, stick with the LGA 1700. But anyway, if you got 12th gen to 14th gen processor, stay with the LGA 1700. If you go below that, like to 10th and 11th, then you're going to want an LGA 1200, and so on. It's not hard to figure out the sockets, but just figuring out what you want to use at this particular time. We're trying to get you familiar with the different CPUs matching with the different motherboards. So we're working on that. ATX. Let's talk about the motherboard ATX. Size and standards. So ATX is a standard size motherboard that's usually on the market for most of your motherboards for your CPUs. Gives you additional PCIe X16 slots. So, you know, unless you want to plug something else into it, which is not advisable, just use your X16 for your your GPU. My bad. You got micro ATX, it's a little bit smaller, it's got a little less sockets, but you know, it still does the job. Then if you want a compact deal, then you got the mini ITX. That's a really good one too. Don't pay for features you're not going to use. Okay, focus on what matters for your setup. RAM slots and support. Check the max RAM speeds number for your slots. So basically, usually you can use, for RAM speeds, you can use on AM4, you can use all 4 sockets. The way they got it set up, you can make sure the RAM is matching. It has to be matching set of RAM. If you're going to use 4 sockets. If you're going to use 2 sockets, make sure they're matching pairs. So, if you don't, and you don't go by the QVL list that's on for your motherboard manufacturer to pick out your RAM, then you could wind up getting RAM you don't need. Then you're sending it back and you're spending another extra couple days trying to get your new RAM in order to plug the right one in. So if you don't know, there are QVL lists for motherboard manufacturers that tell you about your RAM, your CPU, and also PC part picker should tell you that if it's going to be good or not. There's a lot of different RAM out there, so be careful what you pick. Expansion slots, we just got talking about it for the GPUs. So connectivity, you got your USB ports, you got the Wi-Fi port, you know, if it's built in Wi-Fi for the motherboard, you got in the back on connectors for an antenna if you want to do get a motherboard with Wi-Fi. I don't really see the need for the Wi-Fi, truthfully, not unless I'm moving my PC from one location to the next and not running wires all through the house. But then you got what you call signal drop. I really don't like the signal drop. Budget picks. The best value motherboards right now. Let's see. Here's the best bang buck motherboards for Intel and AMD CPUs. Budget between $100 and $150. Depends on what CPU you get, but there are budget $150 motherboards. You got, that's just budget range. Mid range is $150 to $250. Good balance of connectivity and performance, you might go there. High end is about $250 plus. Best overclocking, top tier motherboards. So if you didn't get all of this, I'm just going to say this. There's a motherboard user guide when you use PC Part Picker. It'll take you right through and let you pick your CPU, your motherboard, and so on. It will not let you choose something that is not compatible with that motherboard. So if you plan on going that route, this is just an overview guide of the motherboards. So when we get later on through the chapters, you'll see that we're going to go in depth and look at what to pick would be a good system for everybody to use. But until then, guys, it's not hard. Stick with me. And we'll see you on the next one.